Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Emmanuel and this is FPL for Africa. Okay, so in today's video, much like the title suggests, we'll be going over the wild card for the quarterfinals round. I know I got a lot of stick in match day 3 for refusing to play my wild card chip, and I was called lucky for coming out with about 70 points in that week. I specifically kept it because I knew there was going to be some upsets in the competition, though we never knew where that was going to come from. But I kept it for that purpose, and oh my, it was crazy. The round of 16 was very crazy. We ended up losing teams like Netherlands, who I personally had about 4 players from there, and France as well, who I also lost about 4 players from there. I had players from Wales. I had from Germany as well, who also got knocked out by England. Okay, but I know some people don't have their wildcard active at this point in time. Some people have already used this in match day 3. And for those people like that, you can also stick around to the end of the video. I have some tips or strategies you can also use in order to minimize your number of lost points or stuff like that in this round. Okay, so looking at my team, I've already made the transfers. And this just though this team is not locked in right now, but the wild card is active at this point in time. My wild card is active, and in the next video, which will be the team selection video, I'll be confirming if I need to make more transfers or something like that. But right now, my strategy looking at this is, first of all, I always switch over to dates. First of all, I'm looking at picking players or an equal amount of players. We have about 15 players to pick, so I'm going by 8 and 7, which sums up to 16. I'm picking 8 players from a certain day and 7 players from a certain day, depending on how the players I want to pick or the teams I'm backing the most. And I won't pick more than 3 players per team, because at this quarterfinal stage we have about 3. We can make about 3 substitutions for free. So I won't be going more than 3 players. So that at the next round, I haven't really confirmed if we can make 4 at the semi-final stage. But let's say between 3 and 4 transfers we could make at that stage, I would not be in an issue, much like those who don't have the wild card at this point in time. Sorry, like I said, I'll be giving you tips on that, but you get what I mean. I'll not be taking more than 3 players per team right now. Okay, so as you can see, I have players from. Let me go down to the fixtures, and also another tip: make sure you pick players evenly from different days. We want to have all your players picked on this day and on second, and all your players picked on the third. You have to make them split, and also check the both games, like how we are splitting your players and the amount of players picked from a certain team, so you know if one gets knocked out, who are you looking at most likely. Yes, we saw how we're tipping Netherlands to come out of the game with Czech Republic and they lost. So you'll be looking at teams you feel okay could do well, but still don't go more than 3 players in those teams. At least that's my own tip on that. That's what I'll be doing. Okay, now I'm looking at the days. I just want to count it out before I talk on the players and why I picked them. We have Immobile, who plays on the second. Lukaku, that's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 on the first day, and I have on the next day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 8. What did I just? I have 8 players. Sorry, playing on the next day. I have 4 on the bench, and then 3 starting on the last day. That's on the 3rd. Okay, so like I said, my reason for doing that is so I don't get caught in a certain issue when I get to the next stage, where we get to the semi-final stage, where all my players start on the same day, and the next day I have nothing to do, and if these all goes busts, I get stuck and I have to transfer the rest of my team out on that particular day. Okay, so looking at this now, I'm going with about 3 players from Italy: Immobile, Spinazzola, and Donnarumma. And my reason is, like I explained, I don't want to be caught in a position where I have to transfer more players than my free transfers would permit me to. So for now, Immobile is going as my striker. I could have picked Patrick Schick or something, for example, but going by my strategy of picking a certain number of players on a certain day, going with Schick instead of Immobile would have destabilized that and made that nine players on the next day and 6 on this other day, which I'm trying so hard to avoid. So I'll be going with Immobile as my striker of Italy. This other spot could have been filled by Morata, who also plays on that same day. So you could watch this space for that. I could make that transfer at any point in time. I currently own just two Spanish players, so I could switch to Morata. I know, yes, he's the king of missing big chances, a lot of big chances, but I could still go with him. You could watch the space on that in the next video if I eventually change my mind on that. Okay, I go with Lukaku. The both of them face each other, and I feel it's only right picking attackers from the both team at this point in time. And one of them will have to be knocked out, so I would also have to make a transfer from this game in particular. But looking at Lukaku, he's very much involved in the goals Belgium score at this point in time. When you look at the game they played against these guys, Portugal, who are my team in this tournament, who have been knocked out. Yeah, I'm a very big Ronaldo fan. He was involved in the goal that Hazard scored. He's pulled up when they played the ball to him and backing it up before laying it up, or getting back down to Torgan Hazard before he scored it. So yeah, it's a no-brainer in my team. Harry Kane as well, he's in my team. He finally got his goal. And the thing with strikers is once they get that goal, we saw it depart. Once they get that goal, they just want to go on for more and more and more. So I'll be hoping that against Ukraine, he can do something like that. Then I have Yarmolenko in my team as well, just to as a cover on the Ukrainian part. I'm not really tipping them to win England, so that's why I just have one player from that squad there. It will be jokes on me if they eventually do pull up an upset and win England in that game. Okay, then we have Sterling as well. I'll be going with Sterling in this match day. No brainer. He has scored 3 goals in their 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 victories. He's always providing the goals. He scored in every single match they played, and they scored a goal. He has managed to score in them. I have Huls from the Czech Republic, because I can't afford to go with Patrick Schick just because of the number of days, and Schick is a striker, Huls is a midfielder. It's a budget option, but I'll be going with him. Ferran Torres as well. I could also switch this to Sarabia, and as you can see, he's my captain for this match day. I could go with Lukaku or Immobile. By when I release my team selection video, you would see that Spinazzola, another no-brainer as well. He's a very attacking fullback, and for this game I'll put him here. Munier, just the same reason. I'm picking both of them for the same reason. They are very attacking, and because I don't know who to back in this game, I don't know who to expect. So I feel Italy can get that, because I feel that defense is much more stronger than the Belgian defense. Okay, Paul Torres is here because of a budget price. I'll be going with him. Donnarumma as well, the Italian goalkeeper, which, like I said, sums up my 3 Italian players. Will be going as my starting goalkeeper for this match week. Pickford as well. England are yet to concede in the tournament, so I'll be going with him as my keeper, and of course he plays on the next day, so which is much better for me. Vladimir Kufal, the same thing. He's very attacking. I love his crosses. The way he always pings the ball in is very nice. Damsgaard, budget option for Denmark, is on the bench. Meal, okay. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I always get it and then I mix it up. He's also very attacking. I wish you had seen my reaction when he scored in the last match day. I was elated when I saw that he kept on performing and performing. To think I've had him since match day 1. That's a good thing on my part. He's more like Dumfries for me, if not that Dumfries was just knocked out in a very funny circumstance. Okay, so that's it. Their fixtures are here for whoever wants to see that, but we all know I went down over here, so you could have seen the fixtures. I prefer to keep it on date so I know who is playing and at what time. Like I said, my confirmed team selection video will be coming out after this one, and there you see whoever I pick. So I'll be changing Ferran Torres maybe to Sarabia, changing Immobile to Morata or something like that. I would also put that in the next video. Okay, so for those who don't have their wild card actually, my suggestion is, instead of you to make a lot of transfers whereby you end up having to take so much hits on your team, why not just pick out an 11 that's good enough for you, at least at this point in time. Just pick a starting 11, and if you manage to get maybe 1 or 2 bench players who you think would start, pick only players you know who are nailed on to start. This is not time for going for differentials. Pick a player who you know would start. and then you go with him. So in that way, you minimize your the amount of minus points you take. Because imagine if you take a whole lot of minus points now. You take a lot of hits, a lot of minus fours, adding them up just to get 15 players. And then some players you pick end up getting knocked out. You have to still do the same thing and take out all those players again. So right now it's time for you to minimize risk and just maximize the amount of points you can get in order to save yourself. So if you can get a team to start a starting 11 and maybe one or two bench players, that would be like the best option to use for those without a wild card. And for those with the wild card, of course you play with it around, but like I said, my strategy is I'm not going with more than 3 players per squad, not more than 3 players per squad, so I can easily make a transfer to any other team whenever I want, maybe based on the whoever gets knocked out and stuff like that. Okay, so that's about it. Okay, if you enjoy my content, please do like and subscribe to the channel for more content, for more videos like this. And if I'm helping you, please just subscribe to the channel. I feel it costs nothing to just click on the subscribe button. Just subscribe to the channel to help the channel grow further, to help more people see the content. Okay, thank you for watching the video so far, and I'll see you in the next one.